What's up, everybody? Bootsy Greenwood here, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about cultivating the masculine part of your identity, okay? I want to talk about critical thinking. I want to talk about logic. I want to talk about things that sound effing boring, okay? But they're very, very important, okay? Because we're brought into this world, we're taught a bunch of things, we're taught lessons in school, the lessons that we're taught are not geology or geography or mathematics, really, especially more so now than ever. But the school lessons that we're taught, and you know, I highly recommend looking into John Taylor Gatto's work, are class position, obedience to authority, lack of privacy, and on and on. Those are more the lessons that we're taught, right, in a subconscious way. The teacher's up there, they have a book, they are telling us what is in that book that has been given to them from someone who's on high, and every other single school system is teaching the exact same material with no nuance. Pretty bizarre. So we've lost about 15,000 hours of our learning time in school, making us hate learning, making us just despise logic, reason, and critical thinking because they just made it suck, right? So I want to talk about this a little bit today. When I first started getting into this stuff, I didn't realize how dumb I was, okay? And, you know, if you're on the other side of the camera right now and you think, well, I'm not stupid, then you're an idiot, okay? I just want to make that abundantly clear. There's so much that we are lacking as far as our mental faculties are concerned. Critical reasoning, logic, really basically the Trivium method is the beginning of understanding all knowledge, okay? In the masculine, okay? In the last video, I talked about the feminine, how important that is, and how we're too far over in the masculine, but we're also too far over the masculine and we're not able to use science. We're not able to actually be scientists because of how we've been trained as a society, okay? So what we have here is I hope I label this right, grammar, logic, and rhetoric, okay? This is the beginning of, you know, masculine or worldly knowledge. And this is very important. In ancient Greece, when a slave became a free man, they first studied the Trivium. That's what this is called, okay? And you can do your own research on this. There's a lot. I even have a workbook that I really like that I found over at the Tragedy and Hope People's page. The Trivium method, okay, is what this is called. And that is the beginning of understanding the basic rules of understanding, how to learn, okay? Grammar. Thinking about grammar. So anytime that we learn something new, there's always a set of vocabulary words that go along with that. That is the grammar, okay? The grammar are like the puzzle pieces. Okay, these little puzzle pieces that go all over, blah, 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 okay? The logic is the part where we put these puzzle pieces together and we build whatever it was. Those pieces, we put them together, and then rhetoric is when we explain. Okay, so it's speaking. Most of us are not very good at speaking or writing, and I can relate. But this is the basic idea, right? We learn this, we learn how to learn, and then we go on to learn, or what they would go on to learn in Greece was the quadrivium, okay? Which is pretty awesome. I haven't done an extensive deep dive on it, but I have a book on it that's really, really neat. It's basically the study of number in time and space, in time and space. And I'm missing one. It's been a while since I've looked over it, but basically astronomy, music, basic arithmetic, what numbers mean. Each number does have a meaning, right? So like, for instance, 1 has a meaning. It is the ultimate resolve, right? It is that everything that is all 1, okay? You can't divide it from itself because it is one. And then, you know, 2 is duality, which we talked a little bit about in our last episode. Okay. But the masculine energy, right? This is the physical world, the plane of existence that we're all sharing, this part of myself that I know that always is constant. I'm always aware, I'm always paying attention. I've always had this same awareness. I go to bed at night, I wake up in the morning, I'm still the same person, even if I lose a bunch of weight, or if I lose all my hair, or if, you know, anything could happen. But this awareness doesn't go away. The way I view myself will change. The way I interact with other people, my behavior might change. But my awareness ultimately doesn't ever change. That's the masculine. And there are patterns and principles in nature, okay, that don't change. Okay? They don't change. They are constant. Okay? You see, these are called natural laws. And they are synonymous. Well, not really synonymous. They are reflective of the natural laws in the mental world, which I'll talk about in the next video. Right? And that's the more esoteric, woo-woo, spiritual kind of stuff, which is awesome. But folks, I just want to remind you that 2 + 2 always equals 4, no matter what your oppressors tell you, okay? All right. Patterns and principles in nature that don't change, okay? If I have 2 of something and I add 2 more of that same thing to the thing, now I have 4 of those things. That is a pattern in nature. And it is reflected in the mental world through this model that we've created, okay? And we see it in the physical world as well. As above, so below. As below, so above, okay? Pardon me. But I do recommend looking into grammar, logic, rhetoric, the Trivium, okay, the Trivium method. It's very, 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 very helpful. And this is stuff that we never learned. We were gleaned over this when we were in school. Now, another one of these patterns and principles in nature that doesn't change is the idea of self-ownership, okay? Now, I do say we are one with everything, but we are also separate as individuals. And to know who we really are, each one of us has their own shape. Mine's a little misshaped. God has a sense of humor, folks, and it's dark. But mine's a little bit misshaped, but that's the shape that I am. So if I can become aware of that shape, and explore that shape, and then begin to use that shape in this masculine world, then I start to express myself in a way that's unique, and that is congruent with my soul, with my heart. So my mind, my mental, my masculine awareness should align with my heart. Those values, the fact that I own myself, okay? This truth right here gives way to many other truths. If you own yourself, and we'll just do this for homework. If you own yourself, what does that mean? And what does that imply? In improv comedy, when we're writing, we always have this idea that's really helpful in a scene. That if this is true, then what else is true? Okay? And truth in comedy is usually the funniest shit in comedy. I mean, let's be honest. Somebody says something that is a glaring truth, it's very, very funny. So in improvisational comedy specifically, it's a hard focus on what is true about that scene, these characters, what is going on. So I dare ask you, if you own yourself and that is true, and it is, what else is true? And we'll come back to that. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time. I hope you'll get out there and get your grammar, logic, and rhetoric on, learn more about critical thinking, learn more about how to take pieces of something, put them together, and explain it. That really gives you the this is the what, the why, and the how. Okay, which is how we teach. So when we can learn, we can teach. And then ask yourself this question: if I own myself, and that's true, which it is, what else is true? And I will see you guys next time. Check me out on patreon.com/BootsyGreenwood. I also have some meditations and stuff on gumroad.com/BootsyGreenwood. Thank you guys so very much for your time watching this video. Please share, like, and subscribe, and all that YouTube crap. Thank you so much.